Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2019 or Pokemon Journeys anime episode review. This time I'm talking about episode 132, so let's get to it. Episode 132 begins with everyone in Windon Stadium looking up at Eternatus, who is currently hovering over the stadium. Everyone, including Ash and Leon, wonders what is going on. In a panicked state, Sonia calls her grandmother, wondering if everything is alright, and to inform her that Eternatus is here at the stadium. Professor Magnolia says that everything is fine, and she wonders what is going on at the stadium. Sonia says that Galar particles are active to an abnormal degree in the skies above the stadium. Professor Magnolia says that Eternatus must have reacted to this phenomenon. After hovering over the stadium for a while, Eternatus fires off a Dynamax cannon into the sky. This Dynamax cannon splits the dark clouds that were summoned when Charizard Gigantamaxed in the previous episode. Galar particles then rain down on the stadium. This makes Leon's Dynamax band light up. Sonia looks up at Eternatus confused. She wonders why Eternatus did this. Professor Magnolia says that stable Galar particles make for a stable Galar. I assume that Eternatus fought fire with fire. It used Dynamax Cannon, which is condensed Dynamax energy, to cancel out the Galar particles that were causing the problem. Professor Magnolia then realizes that Eternatus protected them, and Galar as a whole. After saving the day, Eternatus flies off into the distance. My guess is that it will return to the energy plant under Hammerlock, which is where they were keeping and studying it. But this is not confirmed, so who knows? Maybe Eternatus is free to roam the region now, since it is clearly not a danger to anyone. Though it still technically belongs to Leon. Therefore, Eternatus is not a wild Pokemon. I really am curious of what will happen with Eternatus going forward. Hopefully, they address this in the future. Also, I am glad that Eternatus ended up being a hero and not a villain. It's clear that everything Sonia, Professor Magnolia, and Leon did in order to be able to coexist with Eternatus paid off in the end. Realizing that Eternatus saved them, Sonia says that she hopes that Eternatus will continue to watch over them, while Leon thanks Eternatus. Now I love that Team Rocket say their motto, but they replace Team Rocket with Eternatus, which is fitting since Eternatus did indeed protect the world from devastation. So, with Eternatus gone and the crisis averted, Ash and Leon can finally resume their battle. Leon exclaims, while raising his Dynamax band, which is still glowing red, that Eternatus even left them a little gift. Ash checks his own Dynamax band and he realizes that his is glowing as well. The gift that Leon is referring to is the ability to Dynamax/Gigantamax again, meaning that Eternatus granted them a free recharge of Dynamax energy, which is cool. Though one has to wonder if Eternatus did this on purpose or if this was just an after effect of Eternatus using Dynamax Cannon to return things to normal. Also, I do want to mention that having Eternatus give Ash and Leon another use of their Dynamax band mirrors what happened during Ash vs. Kukui with the Guardian Deities. In both cases, legendary Pokemon grant two trainers an extra use of the latest gimmick in the final battle of the series. I guess that this can now be considered a tradition. So, Leon looks up into the sky saying, "Watch this, Eternatus." Leon then withdraws Charizard, he takes out Cinderace's Pokeball, he says, "Cinderace, I am going with you." Leon then proceeds to Gigantamax Cinderace, which made me so very happy. I said in my video covering the special preview for Ash vs. Leon that I bet that Leon's Cinderace and Inteleon can both Gigantamax, and that I would love to see them Gigantamax, especially since we had not seen Gigantamax, Cinderace, or Inteleon in the anime. However, I did not think that this would happen, since you can only use Gigantamax once, and I knew that Leon would Gigantamax Charizard. So I lost all hope that my wish would come true. However, since the preview for episode 132 did hint at the fact that Ash and Leon would get to use their Dynamax bands again, I did hope that maybe, just maybe, we would get to see Gigantamax Cinderace. Lo and behold, my wish does come true. I do get to see my favorite of the fully evolved Galar starters, Gigantamax, in the anime. And boy, does it look cool. And I could not be happier. So, in response to Gigantamax Cinderace, Ash says that he and the Pikachu should Gigantamax as well. Pikachu agrees, and so, Ash Gigantamaxes Pikachu, which also made me very happy, since I really wanted to see Pikachu Gigantamax in this battle, because not only is it something we have not seen since episode 13 of Journeys, but it's also fitting considering that Ash is facing Leon. Also, I love that since Pikachu does not like to go into his Pokeball, which is a requirement for Gigantamaxing, Ash holds Pikachu, and after Pikachu is infused with Dynamax energy, Ash flings Pikachu up into the sky, which is hilarious. I love as well that Dawn, Chloe, Piplup, and Eevee are in awe when they see giant Pikachu. With the two Gigantamax Pokemon on the field and ready to go, the battle finally resumes for real, with Cinderace using its G-Max move, G-Max Fireball, which looks insanely amazing in the anime. Pikachu counters with his own G-Max move, G-Max Bolt Crash. While both G-Max moves find their mark, they are both blocked by their target. Cinderace uses a flurry of kicks to keep the G-Max Bolt Crash at bay, which is so epic, while Pikachu catches and holds the G-Max Fireball. Both G-Max moves still push their target back, and each Pokemon is forced to do their best to hold back each G-Max move. However, their best is not enough, and so both Pikachu and the Cinderace end up taking the full brunt of G-Max Fireball and G-Max Bolt Crash respectively. This causes two massive explosions, and surprisingly, Pikachu and the Cinderace both return to normal, meaning that their Gigantamax only lasted for one max move, which is such a huge shame, because I really wanted to see more of Gigantamax Cinderace and Gigantamax Pikachu. But unfortunately, their time is cut short, which did dampen my happiness. This is honestly my one gripe with this episode. Even if I do understand that with everything that is about to go down, they did not exactly have time for too much Pikachu versus Cinderace. So, while Pikachu is just fine after taking the G-Max Fireball, Cinderace is not well after taking the G-Max Bolt Crash. Cinderace is still standing though, and it clearly refuses to lose. But despite this, it still ends up being knocked out, leaving Leon with just a Charizard. Leon is quite shocked when he sees that Cinderace is out. Leon withdraws Cinderace, and he says that Cinderace's Gigantamax was incredible. Leon then says to Ash that in the end, their final battle did come down to Charizard versus Pikachu. Ash agrees, saying that they will have a showdown between their partners. Leon then sends out Charizard, who just looks so imposing and awesome. Leon says, "You have done well pushing me this far." He then says that he has grown even stronger because of Ash, and that they should burn brighter and brighter until their very last attack. Charizard roars here to show that it is as fired up as its trainer. Ash says that he and his team have continued to grow stronger due to Leon and his team. That everything since he and Pikachu met, all their adventures come together in this battle, which is why they are going to win. Pikachu then psychs himself up alongside Ash, showing that he is very determined as well. Now I love that soon after Ash begins his speech, the episode cuts away from Ash to show that Serena, Serena Sylveon, May, May's Glaceon, Licia, Ali, Max, Brock, Brock's Blissey, Brock's Krogunk, Silent, Silent's Pansage, Alexa, Alexa's Helioptile, Misty, Misty's Gyarados, and Misty's Psyduck are all watching the finals. We also see that Professor Oak, Ash's mother, Tracy, and Ash's Pokemon are still watching the battle. It is of course very nice to see so many returning characters, especially Misty, May, Alexa, Silent, and Max, who had yet to appear physically in Pokemon Journeys. I really cannot stress enough just how happy I was when I saw all these characters again. Though I still do wish that they were in the stadium watching live like Dawn. Also, I do want to mention two things. First, it's nice that Serena and Licia are still together. And it's nice that they met May. Also, May is wearing the outfit that Chloe wore in episode 105, which is not surprising since May was hinted at when Serena showed the outfit to Chloe. And May does wear this outfit in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Also, it's clear that Serena, Licia, and May just performed in a contest, or they are about to perform in one. Second, while Brock and Silent did meet in the first special episode of the Black and White series, they did not actually introduce themselves to each other, nor did they learn that Ash is their mutual friend. I assume that both of these things are no longer true. Also, Silent gets to reunite with Alexa, while Brock gets to meet her for the first time. I wonder if he did his usual Brock routine. So, in response to Ash's speech, Leon smiles like a madman. He is clearly excited beyond imagination because Ash will give him the heated battle he wants so much. The final showdown then begins with Charizard using Ancient Power while Pikachu uses Quick Attack. Pikachu manages to avoid the Ancient Power using the speed granted by Quick Attack. Pikachu then lands a powerful hit with Quick Attack that pushes Charizard back, generates shockwaves, and makes Pikachu bounce onto the air. Pikachu then uses Iron Tail while in midair and he spins to propel himself towards Charizard, who uses its tail to counterattack, clashing tail against tail. While Charizard's tail might not be made of iron, it still does have the strength to swat Pikachu away. Without missing a beat, Charizard takes to the sky and it uses Air Slash to rain destruction upon Pikachu, who can only brace himself to endure the relentless barrage. Charizard then keeps up the pressure with Fire Blast. However, this time, Pikachu fights back by using Electro Web, which stops the Fire Blast long enough for Pikachu to get out of the way. Pikachu then uses Thunderbolt, while Charizard uses Fire Blast again. Both moves clash, which causes an explosion. I love that this moment right here is pretty much identical to this moment shown in the third opening of Pokemon Journeys. Charizard escapes, pretty much unscathed from the explosion, while Pikachu is knocked back. Pikachu then uses Iron Tail again, but this time Charizard braces itself and it takes the hit head on. Charizard clearly did not skip Shoulder Day since its muscles are so strong that the Iron Tail does nothing to it. Charizard then uses Dragon Pulse, which lands a clean hit, since Pikachu is unable to dodge in this situation. However, Pikachu uses Thunderbolt to disperse the Dragon Pulse, thus preventing any serious damage. Ash says that he and Pikachu are not done yet, that they are just getting started. In response to this, Leon says, "This is the best, Ash, Pikachu." He then says to Charizard that they should raise their power higher. Pikachu and the Charizard both power up, which releases a burst of energy around them. This basically looks like a contest performance, and it is basically the equivalent to a Dragon Ball Z power-up. Now I love that Sonia looks at Leon as he stands there all fired up alongside Charizard. Sonia is reminded of when Leon and the Charizard were both just kids. Sonia realizes how far they have come, just how much they have grown while still being virtually the same personality-wise. This realization clearly makes Sonia happy and nostalgic. I love that this subtle moment speaks volumes about how much Sonia cares for Leon. So, we then get one of my favorite moments in this episode. This sweeping shot from one side of the battlefield to the other. Not only is the animation kicked up a notch here, but this just looks so epic. And it adds scale and dimension to the battle. Also, speaking of animation, while the episode already looked really good prior to this moment, from here on out, it's just animation heaven. So, buckle up. Pikachu uses a lightning fast quick attack to land a clean hit on Charizard, who clearly could not react in time. Charizard then uses an impressive looking Ancient Power, but Pikachu manages to avoid the Ancient Power by jumping from rock to rock, deflecting a few rocks with his tail in the process. By leaping from rock to rock, Pikachu ends up reaching the giant ring that surrounds the stadium. Pikachu then runs along this ring, and he is forced to avoid a barrage of air slashes from Charizard, who is in hot pursuit. This is another one of my favorite moments. This just feels like a boss battle, and I love the sense of momentum it has. Pikachu then uses Iron Tail to deflect the air slashes, and Pikachu does this while free falling, which is really cool. Eventually, Pikachu tries to hit Charizard with Iron Tail, but Charizard easily avoids the attack and Pikachu ends up shattering the battlefield instead. Charizard then uses Fire Blast. While Pikachu tries to counter with Thunderbolt, he is not able to get his tail unstuck from the ground in time to retaliate. And so, Pikachu takes the full brunt of Fire Blast. I love that because of this, Leon just looks plain evil and confident, while Charizard looks like an absolute savage. These two are clearly completely ruthless and merciless. Now Pikachu does manage to endure the Fire Blast. However, he clearly took a lot of damage, which left him fighting to remain in the battle. I love that Pikachu breathes heavily here, and the breathing only gets louder and louder, which lets us know just how much Pikachu is struggling. I especially love that this is combined with shots of all the key characters as they watch in suspense to see if Pikachu will be able to keep fighting. I want to mention here that Iris, Clement, Bonnie, Dedenne, Ash's Alola team, Kukui, Burnett, Lei, Lana, Mallow, Sophocles, Lilie, Kiawe, their Pokemon, Gladion, and Rotom are shown here as well. These characters were not shown earlier in this episode alongside the other characters, likely because they were shown in previous episodes. But their appearance here now means that all of Ash's friends get to appear in one episode, and they are all watching the finals. This is of course beyond amazing. They also show Go, who is on his way to Faraway Island. While he is not watching the battle, we know that he is thinking about it and wishing Ash the best. Also, I have to say that I love that Serena and May hold hands as they watch Pikachu struggle. This is not only adorable, but it shows that since they are fellow friends of Ash, they know that they can rely on each other for support during this suspenseful moment. So, Pikachu continues to stand despite how difficult it must be to do so. He continues to breathe heavily, clearly doing his best to hang in there. However, he soon stumbles and his breathing gets even louder, while all other sound is drowned out. Eventually, his vision gets blurry. He then falls down and everything goes black, meaning that he faints, while Ash is heard screaming for Pikachu in a muffled, distant voice. I love that they basically make us feel what Pikachu is feeling with some amazing sound design. Also, at this point I thought, no way. There is no way that this is how it ends. There is no way that Pikachu lost. Come on Pikachu, get up, fight, you can do it. While the screen is black, we hear the moment when Ash met Pikachu for the first time, including the first time Ash was shocked by Pikachu. Pikachu then wakes up in a white void, suggesting that Pikachu is having a near-death experience. Pikachu is surrounded here by Bulbasaur, Charizard, and Squirtle, who are soon joined by Butterfree and Pidgeot. So, Ash's OG team of 6, his first 6 Pokemon. At this point, I honestly teared up. Seeing these 6 together again, especially Squirtle, Butterfree, and Pidgeot, who we have not seen in a very long time, got me feeling very emotional. Also, at this point I wondered if they were going to show all of Ash's Pokemon. And sure enough, that is exactly what happens. They show all of Ash's Pokemon, including Pokemon he released, namely Lapras, Greninja, Goodra, the aforementioned Butterfree and Pidgeot, and Naganadel. They also show Pokemon Ash never officially caught, namely Larvitar and Solgaleo, and the Pokemon that have been in training for a long time, namely Primeape and Squirtle. They even show Ambipom, who Ash traded away. Literally the only Pokemon they don't show here are Haunter, which feels bad since they included Larvitar, and the Pokemon Ash had for less than one episode, like Beedrill and the Ultra Beasts. But yeah, they basically show all of Ash's Pokemon, and this moment got me good. Like seriously, I cried. Even while writing the script for this review, I was brought to tears by this moment. This is just such a beautiful and nostalgic moment, and it brings back so many amazing memories that I just can't help but get very emotional. So, all of Ash's Pokemon encourage Pikachu to keep battling. This culminates with the Journeys team also encouraging Pikachu, and with Ash telling Pikachu that everyone is with them and by their side. All of this makes Pikachu stand back up while unleashing a powerful Thunderbolt that leaves Pikachu coated in a golden aura adorned with rainbow and black colored lightning. Ash commends Pikachu for getting back up, while Leon says that this is the Ash and the Pikachu that he was waiting for. Ash then turns his cap back to show that he is serious, and he exclaims that they will bet everything on this next attack. Leon meanwhile removes and tosses his cap while exclaiming that it's champion time. Pikachu and the Charizard both power up to their limits in preparation for their final attack. Charizard looks absolutely awesome. So, Charizard unleashes a Fire Blast with all its might, while Pikachu puts his all into the ultimate Thunderbolt. While Ash and Leon both scream in unison, telling their Pokemon to give it everything they have. Instead of firing their moves, however, Charizard and Pikachu both charge towards each other at full power, and they end up crashing into each other in an epic clash where they literally butt heads. While Ash and Leon figuratively butt heads while screaming their lungs out due to how fired up they are. This moment right here is just so unbelievably intense and magnificent. Holy Arceus, did this get me hyped up like nothing else. Like no lie, I was screaming as well. And I am honestly surprised my computer did not explode. Now when Ash, Pikachu, Leon, and the Charizard clash, the episode fades to white and it cuts to commercials. When the episode resumes, Pikachu wakes up at the Pokemon Center, where he is greeted by a concerned Ash, who is now happy because Pikachu is awake. Ash says that Pikachu was awesome, that his last attack was electrifying. Pikachu, however, seems to have no memory of what happened. Now they do give us the impression here that perhaps Pikachu lost. But they soon flash back to the battle to show that, through pure grit and determination, Pikachu was able to overpower Charizard, which allowed Pikachu to land a devastating hit on Charizard. I love that here you can clearly see how desperate Pikachu is to win and how hard Charizard was hit. Charizard reels back in pain, and after firing a flamethrower off into the sky, Charizard falls over backwards and it is knocked out, with its eyes still in shock. Charizard's defeat here is honestly unsettling, because it just looks too real, like watching a wounded animal's final gasp before perishing. So, of course, since Pikachu defeated the Charizard, Ash is the winner. He managed to defeat the undefeated champion, which is of course something worth celebrating and a well-earned and deserved victory. Now I love that Pikachu tries to walk back to Ash, but he is clearly way too exhausted for this. So he stumbles adorably until he almost faints. But Ash picks him up and he spins Pikachu around as they both celebrate their victory. Pikachu does end up fainting in Ash's arms, which is why he ended up in the Pokemon Center. I also love that Leon, who is still in a tense, ready to battle stance, slowly relaxes little by little. You can tell that it takes him a while to process that he lost. So, back in the present, Pikachu remembers what happened and he rejoices. Ash thanks Pikachu, saying that they defeated Leon because of Pikachu. The two of them then happily embrace each other, while Dawn, Chloe, Eevee, and Piplup watch from outside the room in delight. Leon and the Charizard then enter the room. Leon says that he had a lot of fun and that it was a great battle. Ash says that he also had a lot of fun. Leon then says that he was reminded of his first battle, which was fun, but it was also frustrating because he lost. Turns out that Sonia defeated him. I love that we finally get to see what Pokemon Sonia used back then, and for whatever reason, it is very satisfying to see that she defeated Leon. Also, this shows that Leon was not always unbeatable, meaning that he had to work hard to get to where he is now. Leon then says that his first battle also made him think, so this is a real Pokemon battle. Ash agrees with what Leon thinks and feels about his first battle. Leon then says that from today, he is just another challenger, that he will battle a lot and he will get much stronger. Ash says that he also wants to battle more, and the two of them then shake hands while promising to battle again someday. I love that Pikachu and the Charizard then happily headbutt each other in place of shaking hands. This is honestly darkly comedic, considering what happened the previous time they headbutted each other. So Dawn and Chloe then enter the room and they inform Leon and Ash that it's almost time for the award ceremony. The episode then cuts to the award ceremony, where Leon gives Ash and his Pokemon a trophy to commemorate their victory, and Ash's crowning as the new monarch. I love that the trophy is so heavy that Ash, initially, cannot hold on to it by himself, but his Pokemon step up to help him carry it. They all then pose as they are showered with applause from Leon and everyone in the audience, including Dawn, Chloe, Team Rocket, Sonia, and Hop. This ceremony honestly feels like when you enter the Hall of Fame in the games. Congratulations, Ash. Your dream finally came true. You are now the best, like no one ever was. I love that the episode then cuts away to Professor Oak's lab to show that Ash's Pokemon are all happily celebrating because Ash won. I also love that Diantha says that all of a sudden, she is now in the mood for a battle, and Cynthia says that they should battle each other right now. Hey, writers, studio, could you please tell me where I need to send my money so that you can give us Cynthia versus Diantha? So, with Ash raising the trophy up high, the Masters Tournament finally reaches its conclusion. The episode ends with Ash waking up the next day in his hotel room to a phone call from Go, which Ash promptly answers. This is obviously setting up for the Project Mew arc, which will begin in the next episode. So, overall, I think that this episode was, you know what, the usual insanely good or awesome does not do justice to this historic masterpiece of an episode that broke the internet and got everyone and their mother singing praises for Ash and the episode itself. So I will dispel with the usual parade of adjectives and conclusion. Instead, I will express what I think about this episode with this. This episode is the best episode of Pokemon Journeys and one of the best episodes of the Pokemon anime as a whole. From the god-tier gorgeous animation to the joy of seeing all of Ash's friends, including Misty, May, and Max, rooting for him, to the emotional gut punch of seeing all of Ash's Pokemon, even those he released or never caught, rooting for Pikachu, to the absolutely incredible intensity of the battle, with Ash, Leon, Pikachu, and the Charizard going all out. This episode was just masterful. A truly one-of-a-kind episode. The episode to end all episodes. A special episode that will go down in history as a significant and monumental watershed for a 25-year-old show. It was both a celebration and a culmination of not just Pokemon Journeys, but of Ash and Pikachu's journey as a whole. It honestly felt like the end of an era, and like the final episode of a show. That is just how epic, magnificent, and climactic of an episode it was. And just how excited I was literally shaking in my seat. That's how amazing the battle was. Emotional, I teared up when Ash's Pokemon showed up to encourage Pikachu. Satisfied, Ash won. He freaking won. He did it. Fulfilled, all of Ash's friends showed up in the same episode. And awed, the animation, holy Arceus, the animation, I was. To say that I absolutely and completely loved this episode would be a huge understatement. This episode makes me happy that I have stuck with the Pokemon anime all these years, because I got to witness such a momentous episode. I am truly thankful beyond words that we got an episode this remarkable and magnificent. But that's the video. As always, leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this right away. Thank you very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.